Hello everyone. A very good, it's afternoon this time that we're recording. So when you'll be watching it, it might be morning, afternoon, or evening to you. But I am so excited to be here with another amazing, busy working mother. I said to you that there is nothing so important than writing down a vision and running with it and having action plans. I said last year that one of the things I want to do for 2019 is to interview, to speak, to mingle. Three things I said: community, collaborations, and connection. Those are the three things I'm running with for women, especially in 2019. And I am so glad, my joy is full that I'm able, to do that. And so with joy in my heart, excitement, of course, I need to introduce myself. I'm no other than Omami, also known as the Honorable Minister of Enjoyment. And I love that idea, I must say so myself. Looking glam and fab as well this amazing day. To introduce to you the one and only Dr. Shola. And you say, who is Dr. Shola? Well, you meet Dr. Shola in a couple of minutes. But before I do, I need to say she's a doctor, obviously. I said doctor, so she is a doctor, a qualified doctor, not a honorary doctor. She's a doctor, and she's also a life makeover mentor. So, Dr. Shola, could you please say hello to the viewers who are watching us right now?
Hi, everyone.
Awesomeness. So that's Dr. Shola for you. So we're just going to go straight into it because I know that we're busy working mothers. Time is of the essence and we don't want to waste it. And we want to make sure that you get all the nuggets that we want to share with you today. So the goal, like I've said to you about this Create Your Reality broadcast, is to encourage you, to motivate you, to challenge you, to push you, and to show you women just like you, just like me, who are doing great things in their space. Women are doing great things, and I think it's time to loud it, and that is what this is all about for me.
Yeah, I agree.
United we stand, divided we need to blow our own trumpet, and that is what this is all about. This is a platform.
I agree.
Yeah, and show you women who are doing, who are mothers, who are women, whether single or married, it's not the point, but they are doing things in their space. They are not using the husband or the children or the church or work as an excuse or as a reason why they are not living life to the fullest. So, Dr. Shola, over to you now. Please tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, and who you are.
Okay, I am Dr. Shola. Like you introduced me, I'm the life makeover mentor. I'm not a life makeover mentor. I'm the life makeover mentor. Awesome. And basically, what I do is I help professionals live the lives they want to live. That's it, stripped down to its bare bones. So the rest, all the bits and pieces. I'm a certified MD. I'm a qualified, certified ICF certified professional life coach. Wow. And, I'm also an author and a public speaker. And of course, a mother, a wife, I run a bunch of businesses. I run my own foundation. So yes, I am the quintessential busy working mother. And I also help others create the life they desire and live in their purpose.
Oh my God, that is so amazing. Just saying all of that, like, oh my gosh, we need to meet more amazing women just like you. Thank you so much for coming on the program. So one of the things that I said we're going to be talking about is challenges, struggles. We've talked about this already, but we want to share with our viewers what we do as busy working moms, how we manage it all. So I just want to ask a quick thing. How do you manage all these amazing things? I call them different offices. So how do you manage all these different offices and still achieve the goal? I don't know how you do yours, but how does it happen for you? Could you share with us, please?
So the first thing I want to share, so I want to go back a little bit. I was just before I came on this, I was on a WhatsApp chat chatting with some people. Okay. And somebody had asked this great woman, this influential woman whose name I won't mention, how she did everything she did. Okay. And she said, I pray and I'm just organized and intentional. And the woman's reply to that other woman was, screw you.
Oh my gosh.
Oops.
Okay.
Then at this point, so now it generated this discussion with my group, right? Some folks are saying, why did she have to use those words, etc., etc. And some other person is saying that, look, people are tired of hearing the answer to the question, how do you do it all, is, I just pray and I'm just organized, da, 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 da. I call that the sexy stories.
Sexy stories.
I refuse to live my life on the sexy stories of other people. And I think that as women, if we want to help other women step into their purpose and, like you say, create your reality,
exactly,
we need to strip ourselves of these sexy stories and be ready to become authentic. And that's what I'm going to do for you and your viewers today. So number one thing I'm going to say is it takes a village. They say it takes a village to raise a child. And then what happens when the child has grown up? Does the village disappear? They better not. It takes a village to raise an adult too.
Preach.
So there is no way that you can achieve anything in this life if you don't have help. That's right. You need help. You need good help. You need a support system. You need vision partners. You need mentors. You need coaches. So I'm standing here, right, on the shoulders of so many great people that I can't even begin to count. I can testify. The truth is that we are not, I know you live in England. I live in America. In America is the land of the self-made man. So everybody wants to tout themselves as a self-made man. But let me tell you something. Show me a self-made man and I'll show you a liar. Even someone who's a millionaire today, they had somebody change their diapers once. That's right. That's right. So how self-made are you if somebody had to change your diapers one day? How self-made are you if you have a secretary? How self-made are you if you can walk into your house or your office and say, get me a cup of coffee, get me this, get me that, do this. And a lot of times, because as women, we're not authentic with these stories. Other women look at us and like, hey, this person's doing it all on her own. Because I can't do it on my own, it means I'm a failure. That's not true. That's right. I agree with you on that. That is it. Yes. If you can't do it on your own, that's not the sign that you're a failure. It's a sign that you need help. That's it. Preach. For example, and I use a lot of medical metaphors a lot. So I tell people, look, let's say you got shot in the leg. You say, I got shot in the leg. I have to cure this myself. Or you go to a doctor. It's the same thing. Because you're not going to say, oh, I got shot in the leg. I have to do it myself. You're going to be like, oh my goodness, I got shot in the leg. I have to go to a hospital. The same way. Oh my goodness, I can't keep up with cleaning my house because I have a business to run. A lot of times women will think, oh, I have to clean my house and run a business. Instead of thinking, let me plow into this business more so that I can make money and pay somebody, which will probably be much less, to clean my house. That's right. Buy time back. You have to start thinking. So number one, you need help. Yes. You need help. You see, and everybody needs help. Everybody needs it. Now, let me give you some of the examples of the help that I have so that you know it's not just floof. I have 2 mentors. That's right. 3 coaches. Wow. See, that's just the start. I have a nanny who works for me full-time during the week. Wow. And on weekends, I have an on-call person. So if I need, they come. If I don't need, they don't come. That's right. And it doesn't matter. And doesn't matter whether I'm in the house or not. So I need my person to come on the weekend and help out, and I may be doing something in the house. That's right. I have a business strategist for one of my businesses. Yes. I have a husband who's very supportive. I'm not forgetting that because hey, it's part of the village. You have to allow that. Loud. Yes, it's part. It's part of the village. Yes. I have a web developer. He and I are like this. We are like 1 and 2. I have an accountant. I'm not counting all these, woohoo, hopefully, by the grace of God, big coins. I'm not going to be counting it myself. I have an accountant. I have a massage therapist. Hello. Well needed. Then I have friends that are sounding boards. I know there are people I can pick up the phone. That's right. And I can cry to them, shout, scream, whatever. But so you need those, right? That's right. Yes. See, I have, apart from these mentors, I'm also part of a mentoring group. And every now and again, we get together, we meet, we talk, we encourage each other. Sometimes we just text, oh, can you meet up for coffee? And then we just, go back and forth about our business. That's right. It takes a village to raise an adult to what you need to be. You cannot do it all by yourself. That's right. And this myth of the strong Black woman has to die. In 2019, that myth of the strong Black woman, and I know you probably have white listeners listening too, yes. So don't be offended. It's just something people say a lot. Strong Black woman. That I'm sure even white women also have it, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll just call it the strong woman syndrome, where that feeling that as a woman you have to do everything on your own. But look at the men in your life. The men aren't doing everything on their own.
That's right.
No. You see, they're not. They, you know, a man is not thinking, oh, I'm going to do this with the kid. I'm not saying men can't be hands-on.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't. Men have not imbibed that thing where, oh, you know, I have to do every single thing that has to be done. I have to do it.
That's right. That's right.
You see, you don't have to do that. So I think the mantra for life shouldn't be do everything that has to be done. It should be do your best thing.
That's right. Do your best.
You do your best thing. So you can delegate. You can automate stuff. Things right. like I use Google Calendar. Like I have Google Calendar and I put everything on there. In fact, if breathing was not involuntary, I would put breathing on my Google Calendar. I schedule everything.
I agree. I
schedule everything. So women, we have to pull down those myths that as a woman you have to do everything. So that's, you see. So even though I have all this stuff, I'm still enjoying my life.
That's right.
You know?
Right.
Like for example, let me give you an example of something that in my day. Like I would finish working, go pick my kids up, bring them home from school. Right. A bus brings them they go on the school bus. Okay. I could, and that's another thing, I could pick them up and drop them off from school, but that would be an hour. We live far from the school. Okay. That'll be an hour each way. Yeah. Nah, man, I'd rather drive 4 minutes. You get on that bus, and then I drive 4 minutes and come.
Pick you. That's right.
And pick you up. When I bring them home,
yes,
I bring them home. I just pretty much deposit them in the house. My nanny cooks their meals, and you know, from school. Then they eat, and then she supervises their homework. While they're doing homework, I'm back online, you know, trying to send emails, get clients, and whatever it is I need to do.
Yeah.
So I have someone, and then then when they're done with all that, I'm done. We have time together. I actually have a calendar for them where we sit together, me with each child. I sit with one child, we talk, we go over the day, etc., and we pray. Right. And then the next one comes in, we talk, we go over the day, we pray, you know, talk about whatever comes up, you know, Bible, God, Jesus, the day, how the day went, what happened in school today, etc. So I have that time with them that's just free time. You see, I'm not, let's go cook dinner. And then at the end, I'm looking at them with frustration, like, just go to bed. So my time with them is valuable.
That's right. Relax as well, enjoyable, and they're looking forward to it.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And this is every day.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
But I'm paying a nanny. Some people feel like because I work from home, that you work from home, your kids go to school, why are you still paying a nanny? I can't tell you how many people have asked me that question. I had to tell somebody. I said, Shebi, it's my money, Abby. It's okay.
Let's leave it like that.
Someone was like arguing with me and you know. I was like, well, you know what? It's my money. You know, it's my money. I didn't steal it. Hey, if I want to pay a nanny and you think it's wasteful, good for you. You know, you live your frazzled life. That's okay, you know. Yeah. So we need help. I cannot emphasize this enough. A woman take all the help you can get. Free help, paid help, whether it comes with a fancy website or not. I have this friend. I have this friend who advises me on investments.
Okay. Nice.
The guy ain't got no website. He's not even a stockbroker. He's a lawyer, but man, all his advice is like on point. That's free help.
That's right.
It doesn't have to have a fancy website for you to acknowledge the fact that it's help.
That's right. That's right.
You see? So yes. So that's number one. We need help. We need help.
Awesome. Awesome. You've shared so many nuggets. I'm thinking, which one do I start from? But I like the fact that two things that I liked so much. I like talking about free, but two things that stood out for me is the fact that you said, definitely we need help. And I can totally relate with that because at some point in my life, I realized that I was actually doing too much for myself, by myself, in myself, thinking I could do it all. You know, this woman that is strong, like you said, African, black woman. So allow me to say that because that's who I am, African and I'm black. So I think, you know, we need to be strong, put our head up high and just try through the storm, you know, regardless of which way it's going and just stay there suffering and smiling, if I'm allowed to use the word, and like everything. I don't get, oh, I'm very okay, thank you very much. And no, I am not.
The days of suffering and smiling are over.
as in long time ago, but collapsing several times, even in church as well. I remember, and I go to the GP and they say there's nothing wrong with you. You need to relax. I'm thinking, gosh, I'm going to die before my time if I continue on this path. But like you said, the village, even though I didn't use the word village, but that's exactly what I do have around me as well. And I can totally connect with everything you have said, because truly, and yes, I do have a village helping me out to make my life so easy. And so, yes, I agree that needing help is priority on the list. So for every woman, every lady, woman watching this right now, mother watching this right now, and you are struggling where you are right now, it's time to free yourself, and only you can do that for yourself. You've heard Dr. Shola said it. I'm saying it myself. I have help from my father. Yes, my father, very much alive, he's 65, if I must say. He helps me out with childcare. Yes, he does. He comes to my house, he helps with my children, he takes them to school. Yes, he does. My mom,
that's great.
Exactly. So my mom does the same thing. My husband does the same thing, if I must say so myself. And I have friends who I leave my children with. I don't have a nanny like Dr. Shola have, but I have friends who I go and leave my children with. If I have to go for a function, we pre-plan it already, so in advance I know, oh, don't forget the children are coming. They bring their children here. Even in church, even in my church, there's the system that we were doing a while back ago, whereby the children go into each family's house for the weekend. So I do have a village around me, even though I have not acknowledged that I do have a village, but I do have a village, and I have coaches, I have mentors, I have people who, like you say, are sounding board for me, who are my Abigail, who kind of like say, Tokes, you cannot do that, you cannot do that, that's not gonna work, stop. And they'll bring me back in my track. So women, it's time for you to make a decision for your life, and only you can do that. No matter how much I say it, no matter how much Dr. Shola says it, you need to be intentional, you need to be purposeful, you need to say to yourself, you know what, this is the time for me to make change, for me to move forward. You can't be doing what you did last year expecting a different result. That's the insanity of the highest order. And that is the wake-up call I had after I collapsed several times, and they kept saying to me, there is nothing wrong with you, there's nothing wrong with you. I just realized I was overwhelming myself, stressing myself, frustrating myself over things that I did not have to do, that I could easily say, could you help me? You know, asking for help is not how do I say it?
A weakness. It's not a weakness.
Thank you. I think that's the good word. It's not a weakness. I have so much know how to receive help. You will, even before they finish, thank you very much. I'm already like, thank you. I am so blessed. You know, I stand to be blessed. I am so grateful. I'm looking forward to the day. Like, thank you. So receive help. When people say to you, let me help you, receive it with gladness in your heart and see it as an opportunity for rest for you. If nothing else, sleep, wake up, eat, or do your happy thing. I don't know what that happy thing is. Watch a movie, take a walk, go to the gym, whatever. Take it a moment to enjoy life. It's one life, woman, oh, one life, and let us live it well. So thank you, Dr. Shola, for starting us on that, because that's just energized me already for what we want to talk about. So let's go straight in. So let's talk about women like you and me who have come from a background of, oh my gosh, where did we start from? But, you know, we've gone through everything that we could, you know, from not living fully, for playing small, thinking that we are not good enough, or we are not worthy, or, you know, or it's not yet time, let me wait, or let's pay for more training or more coaching. If you're like me, and I know Dr. Shola can relate to that, that's why I'm saying this example. But for women out there who have done all these things to themselves, and I'm saying you did it to yourself because you believe the lies, and believe me, I have believed the lies as well. So it's not just only you. So for women like us who have gone through this path, I just want you to share, you understand, with me how you've come through, what you have done throughout all these phases, the different things, different phases that you have gone through that brought you out from this place, wicked place, like I always say, wicked place. All the lies that we have believed, what you have done, you share your story with us, just to encourage another mom, another woman, another lady who is watching and say, oh my gosh, really? So I'm not the only one. No, you're not the only one. My story is huge as well, but today is all about Dr. Shola. So Dr. Shola, please share away and let us hear your amazing story of your journey from, should we say, grass to grace, or, you know, every story has a glory. Just share your glorious story with us, please.
Okay, so where do I start? A lot of people, when they meet me, the first thing they ask me is, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a coach, I'm a mentor, and I'm also a doctor. And then, but it's funny. So then they say, what do you have your doctorate in? I said, no, I'm actually an MD. I'm the one you want if you collapse in a restaurant with a heart attack. And they're like, oh, and then they're like, so why? Then the next question is why? You know, like, why are you a doctor and a coach? Or, you know, and then they find out that I've actually retired from practice and I don't practice anymore. And they're like, huh? And then they say, doesn't being a doctor make you more money? And then all these questions come up.
That's right.
So here is the story of that. So I've always been, again, I'm a doctor, right? Go to work, treat patients, da, 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 da. But I've always known, always from the time I was, I think, much younger, was that there was more to me than being a doctor. I've always been a writer. I've always been, but I've also been, even though I was a writer and interested in writing and reading and books, I was always interested in science. So, and I come from Nigeria where, pretty much the only viable professions are doctor, lawyer, engineer, so. So if you grew up in a Nigerian household, you probably relate to what I'm saying, where, your parents, pretty much everybody's parents want them to be a doctor. So, I was bright, I was interested in sciences, and I was a good girl. So I became a doctor. Now, and that's not to say that I wasn't a good doctor or I didn't like being a doctor. I enjoyed being a doctor, but I also knew there were other things that I was meant to do. Now, fast forward to 2004, I was in England. I had just, after struggling, I pounded the pavement for months trying to get a job. Finally, I got a doctor job. Then I met two people. I met a speaker who really inspired me. Her name is Christine Kane. I saw her and I turned to jelly. I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to be. In my entire life, I had never met any doctor that I'd looked at and said, this is who I want to be. So that was a telling point for me. I was like, huh? I heard her speak and I was literally, my skin, it was as if I wanted to jump out of my skin. I was like, this is who I want to be. A few weeks later, I met a guy who said he was a life coach. And I said, what is a life coach? And he told me everything he did. Again, I was like, wow, this is me. But guess what at that time? What's wrong with you? Can't you be satisfied with what you have? Didn't you just get a doctor job after all this struggle? Sit down. This was in 2004, was the first time I got an inkling to be a speaker and a life coach.
Can you imagine?
2004. So anyway, again, fast forward to 2016 and, I'm getting all these epiphanies and revelations and, it's like, I was in 2015. So I hired my own first coach in 2014 and she was more of a purpose coach. It was like, look at yourself in a broader view and see who you are and who you can be in the world.
That's right.
Stop, so my coach encouraged me to stop playing small and just step up and be what you need to be. And at that time, I would say platforms that I thought I was going to be offered, I wasn't offered them. So I guess what I did, I stepped up and created my own.
Preach.
So then I started doing, I launched my book. Then, so I realized that all these things, stepping into my purpose, every time I did something that was in line with my true purpose, I got all these accolades, I got money, I was successful. After I hired a coach and we started being strategic, I did an event. It was packed out. People were standing outside. Wow. I did another event, and it's like, okay, all right. Then I did a third event that paid for itself. And I'm like, okay. and I realized I had so much power to transform people's lives, so much potential. So many people have, it's just been, I would say it's just been really unfolding itself. I'm not to say there hasn't been struggles, because that's another thing. I never paint my story as this, woo. No, it wasn't like that. To get people to attend my events, I'm blowing up my phone, blowing up their phones, like, hey, have you thought of da-da-da? I'm trying to get clients. My business is still in its infancy.
Yes.
But I realized that the impact, the fulfillment, and the finances that come every time I stepped up boldly into my purpose was just something that I could not ignore. Something I could not ignore. But I've had down days. Early last year saw me lose $10,000 worth of business. Wow. 2016 saw me lose over $100,000 in actual money in the markets. Wow. But you know what? After that, actually, after that, I was like, look, if I can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars and still wake up in my house, nobody's taken they've not taken my car, I'm still living in the same house that I lived, that is a miracle. Sometimes you think miracles are, I was walking on the road and I stood under a tree and some money fell on my head and the voice of the Lord came to me saying, this is thy money. Yeah. Sometimes miracles.
I call that Hollywood manifestation.
I know. It's, and in that same, and I'm like, I'm still able to keep living. So I'm like, so yes, there have been struggles, but the truth is that there is nobody that's successful that hasn't been through any kind of struggle.
That's right.
There's nobody that they're interviewing people. Nobody ever says, how did you become a millionaire? Well, one day I was just sitting down and millions fell on me. It never happens that. You've never heard that. So why do we assume that the minute we have a struggle, it's time for us to back off? No, it's time for you to push through.
That's right.
I have had people who were my supporters turn on me. I have had to, I have had to stand up and tell people, well, no, this is not who I am, and this is not what this is. You're reading it wrong. I have been ostracized. I have been, had my very integrity called into question just to pursue this dream. I've had things happen that people will be like, you know what? Let's just fold this up and go back to the status quo. But it's like, I can never live that status quo life again because there was no fulfillment in it for me. There was no fulfillment. Yes. So, and of course, the thing is that another thing people tend to assume is that you will have one struggle and then boom, everything will be okay. I like to see it like this. With each new level comes a new devil. When you're earning, the struggles of you being on a bicycle are different from the struggles of you being in a Lamborghini, but you still have some struggles. You have high insurance. You have to buy that premium gas. There's some neighborhoods you can't live in or else they will scratch up your Lamborghini. You have to move yourself and your Lamborghini to another
location.
So a lot of times we don't step up because we see the struggles. Sometimes we see the struggles of the next level and we're scared. What if I start doing Facebook Lives and my accent is not good?
Tell me about it. I can totally relate with that one.
You see, and then we shy away. But guess what? When you start doing those Facebook Lives, people are impacted. What if I say something? One of my biggest ones is, what if I say something that's controversial? But after all, I was like, you know what? There's nothing in life that people won't make controversy out of. So just say what you have to say.
That's right.
Because people will make controversy out of anything. I could hold this up and say, this is a phone. And you'd be like, no, it's a device. It's not a phone. After all, a phone is only for talking. I mean, people will make controversy out of anything. So step up. Step up. It's hard sometimes. I mean, some of my clients, just to get them to change their Facebook status to reflect more of who they are, it's like pulling teeth.
They've believed the lies for so long, and
believe the lies for so long, and they're afraid of the visibility that comes with the next level. With each next level comes a new devil.
So
if you're yes,
I was just based on what you just said now. So can you give us a strategy or an action, a simple action step that if someone was in that position right now, where they are struggling, let's use this simple analogy of Facebook, you said, just to check the status, because I've been there, so I can relate with that. I did not put my picture up on Facebook for years. Because I thought, who want to look at, I'm telling you, who wants to look at my face? It was always a picture of either a scripture or a quote. I said, no, not my face ain't going nowhere.
Are you kidding? You deprived us of all this beauty.
As in,
you are going in timeout.
So I can relate to that. A lot of people say, he's a dummy head. Are you sure that's you? I'm like, that's me. Just look for the scripture that said, no, but your face is not there. I said, I know, no face, no showing, no one is looking. So how, I know what I did, but I just want you to share with us how, just one simple thing you have done or you can share with us, that will help somebody who is thinking at that point in time, I don't want anyone to see me, or I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, to step up to this platform, regardless of all the noise they are hearing. What can they do? What simple things can they do right now that they can go and implement at home right now that will get them the result, to take them from that place of, I'm not good, I'm not worthy, I don't want anyone to see me, say, you know what, actually I can do this, actually I am okay, actually it's okay to be who or what I am, regardless of what anyone thinks. And it's anyone, just simple tip you can share with us.
I have one word, tacos. Okay.
Explain.
Follow me with this. Now, let's say you are a taco seller or whatever your favorite food is. Okay. For some people it's tacos. Americans love tacos for some reason. And I like talking about tacos, even though I don't eat them. tacos. You have made the best tacos in the world. Like, you know that the minute anybody eats these tacos, their lives are going to be changed forever. They're going to have a sensation that's more than just food, and they're going to want more of these tacos forever. Look at yourself and what you have to offer as the best tacos in the world. And let me tell you something. If you can embody that mentality, that with every time I shrink, I'm depriving somebody of what I have to offer, your mentality will change.
Come on. I like that.
Every time you shrink back, you're depriving somebody of because you are uniquely you. So in the how many billion years that the earth has existed and will continue to exist, there's never been another you. Even if you have a twin, a triplet, or a quadruplet, that person is not you. And whatever it is you are or you have to offer the world, you can only offer it in the way that you can.
That's right.
So I had to step out of myself and stop thinking about me, because it's not about you. It's about your purpose that God has given you to give to the world. And that world may be a little world. It may be a big world, you know?
Yeah.
But think about the fact that, look, these are the best tacos in the world. And if people don't taste these tacos, their life, they will be deprived of something.
They'll be missing
tacos. The best thing, it will be the best thing. Think of yourself as a taco seller.
Awesome. I like that analogy. So yeah. So,
but it seems to get across.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It works. And I'll also add one tip as well to it, to say, write down how do I explain this in a short way? Write down how you will like to see yourself, because at this point in time, you're not seeing yourself in that way. So let's write down everything that you want to look at and say, yeah, that's me. So are you bold right? Even though you're not bold right now, which I agree, it gets, stages, faces, so I acknowledge that. Write down, I am bold, I am confident to speak, in front of TV, in front of camera, in front of thousands of people. I am beautiful, I am courageous, whatever it is that you would like, to be, write it down, and then go in the mirror if you're like me. I've done it for so many times. And really, that is another second tip, just to add to what Dr. Shola has said. And see,
I do that as well.
You not believe it. You probably think you're a fraud because you are saying it, but keep saying it. Don't let the devil or your mind or your brother, sister, neighbor, cousin, nephew, if you have to shut the door or do it early in the morning when they are still sleeping, do it, or late at night when they do it. It is your life. You just one life. You have to protect your life. Read it and say, it's your life, one life. It's not about them. It doesn't matter what they say or what they think. You are trying to be the best version of yourself. Like I always say, I'm in competition with myself of yesterday. In fact, of the last hour, of the last minute, so that in the next, when it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4, I'm better than I was 2. I'm in competition with myself. Not with Dr. Shola. Not with amazing. No, with myself to get better. Because you know what? The longer I live, the brighter I shine. That's what I say to myself. So there's no alternative done to be better than yesterday. So, in closing, because we said so many amazing things, and
can I just piggyback off of what you said?
Okay,
just for like 2 seconds.
Okay.
So when you recite those things to yourself, what it does, it goes into your subconscious, and we live out of our subconscious, not out of our conscious mind.
That's right.
So when the more you say those things, when they go into your subconscious, then you start to live them out naturally. So I just wanted to piggyback off of what.
Definitely. That's what happens, because everything that happens inside is what manifests outside. It's more spiritual than physical. So I'm one of the people that believe that things are already settled in the spirit realm before they happen it's just like a baby. When a woman conceives, just to explain the analogy further to what Dr. Shola has said, when a woman conceives, you won't look at her and say, oh, she's carrying a baby, because you can't see it. It's already all done inside. But trust me, give it 4 or 5 months for some people. Some people even 3 months. People like us, 3 months. You will see everything already showing to the world. So when I was 9 months, I was carrying 3 children inside this lovely stomach of mine, but it's just one big boy, 10 pounds baby inside this one stomach. But you know what I mean? Wow. And I pushed him out, if I must say. I pushed him out. So natural.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm saying this to say that things are more inward than outward. So don't always judge things outwardly only. Trust me, that's why they say beauty is inside out. Before it used to be outside only, but now I think we've come to the
realization.
That's the word, realization, that beauty is also inside. So I may look ugly in quote, again, ugly, you have to define what ugly is to me. I don't see any ugly person as far as I'm concerned. I see ugly behavior, ugly attitude.
I know, right?
Beauty is inside out. So hope that has helped you. And I'm hoping that what Dr. Shola has shared and her experience, her analogies, her story, you know, in a brief time that we've had together has inspired you, has made you see things from another point of view, has made you see things from another perspective. Because you know what, sometimes you think you are the only one going through the only thing you are going through, and that or perhaps if you are from where I'm from, someone has cost you or someone is doing you. See, no one can do you. What you are doing to yourself is even more than what other people are doing. So you need to free yourself. Yeah, you need to free yourself. So
free yourself.
Free yourself. Yeah, you have to. In 2019, the message is free yourself. No more shelf development. It's time to take out everything that has kept you bound and say, you know what, I am free, and do and be and live. Like Dr. Shola said, get a coach, get a mentor, get help. I have that, not because I am, what's the word? I have a lot of money. No, but wisdom is profitable to direct. You will get free coaches at some point in time in your life. And if you need them, send me a message. I will direct you to people who will gladly coach you for 30 minutes to set you on a course, on a path. And if you are diligent and you are faithful and you are committed, I promise you, you will not be where you were last year if you follow the advice that they've said to you. And social media or what's it called? YouTube, Google. They say Google is your best friend. I say YouTube is your best friend. That's me. Because, you know, anything I want, I just go. It's amazing how 2 days ago, I was able to update my website for someone who knows nothing about website, just using YouTube as my guide. And I update, and you do it and you're smiling, oh, I'm so good. I'm thinking, oh, it was YouTube that helped me. But I did it. Yes. I did it. So what I'm basically saying is get help, which is what Dr. Shola has emphasized, and I want to emphasize it as well. Get help. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't even have to be Dr. Shola, but go and get help. That's the cocoa. Okay, I've just gone all Africa now. Cocoa is like, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. The one thing. Get help. Yes. Get help. And it doesn't have to be family as well. Some people think, oh, it has to be my family. It doesn't have to be family. It doesn't even have to be your friends as well. Get help. Get help. Woman, mother, woman, lady, you know, female version, female species, get help. You need it. It's a village work. It's a village work. So in closing, Dr. Shola, what 3 things would you encourage women to do more of?
Okay. Number 1 would be to get out of our comfort zone more regularly. You know, go look on Eventbrite or whatever and go to an event you've never been before. You know, go to a restaurant you've never been before. The more you step out of your comfort zone and you realize, okay, this feels good, the more you will be equipped to take on bigger challenges.
That's right.
Bigger challenges. If I hadn't done my small, tiny event in whenever I did it, this year, I'm doing an event, this big event that's for doctors. And, you know, I'm inviting speakers, which I've never done before. So now I'm even stepping out of my comfort zone to another level. Well, okay, I've done events, but this time, okay, it's on another level. So the more you step out of your comfort zone, the more you will be able to do it. Because a lot of times we remain in our comfort zone and we stay small.
That's right.
Number 2, value your acquaintances. Even though they're not technically friends that you may call up, but these are people who are maybe outside of your circle that can put you in touch with the next thing that you need. My acquaintances have helped me a lot along the way. So 1 is, what did I say? 1, step out of your comfort zone. 2, value your acquaintances. And the last but not the least, relax. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. If you didn't get it this year, you'll get it next year. If you didn't get it today, you'll get it tomorrow. Because with that mentality, you will keep trying and you'll keep going and you'll keep going, and you won't succumb to this mentality. Oh, I didn't get it in 2019. I failed. You know, I mean, for goodness sake, a calendar is a man-made construct anyway. So, you know, at the end of the day, relax and have fun, for goodness sake. Life is, you know, is busy, but it's not meant to be an unhappy grind.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much for your 3 amazing things. I think the best one out of the 3 of them is get out of your comfort zone, which is what I'm doing right now, is getting out of my comfort zone. You know, when I said to myself, I'll be interviewing people next year, when I told myself that last, I was like, yeah, right. So where would you find it? Well, the first was, where would you find the time with all the other things you're doing? Who will even listen? You think people want to say, you know, you have to pay me. I'm like, you know what? I don't have money to pay people for this because it's supposed to be a free thing to encourage. And a lot of, you know, now, yes, no, yes, so going through my ears, they won't listen to you. People will ignore you. They'll say, oh, you know, well, you know what? I'm doing it right now. You're my third speaker. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So getting out of your comfort zone, definitely I can relate to it because I am applying it in my life and doing new things. It's a year of new things for me. That's what I say. So yeah, this is a new thing for me because I've never done this before and I am so excited. So thank you, Dr. Shola, for coming on Create Your Reality broadcast. But before I go, do you want to share your social media handles, or do you have a program you're doing, or how people can connect with you? So if you have a program, do you want to quickly talk about it?
Okay. I have multiple programs, but I have a 6-month signature coaching program, which you can find if you go to www.sholaezeokoli.com. So sholaezeokoli.com is my little piece of the internet, and you can contact me there. You can send me a message. You can join my Facebook group, my Twitter, my Instagram, and details of all my programs are there. So I have my 6-month revamped 6-month signature coaching program in which I help people make over their whole life, live with purpose, make more money, get organized, time management. Basically, we do the whole thing in that program. Awesome. So yeah, basically new and
give us the www, spell out the Shola so that those who don't know the words, they know the words of the Shola Ezeokoli, just because for their benefit if they want.
Of course, that's SHOLAEZEOKOLI.com, sholaezeokoli.com.
Awesome.
And yes, and you can find me. You can find me there.
So much for that. Thank you so much. So here you go. You heard from Dr. Shola. If you're interested in this 6 months of life makeover, life changeover, of life being the best on top, living it fully, then check her out on www. Do you want to say it again? Shola?
sholaezeokoli.com.
There you go. So thank you so much, Dr. Shola, for coming. It's a pleasure. I'm honestly happy and excited and glad that you took time out of your busy to come and talk to my viewers right now about your story, your challenges, to inspire, encourage, motivate, and to let women everywhere, because I know a lot of women will be watching this, to know that they can live their best life, they can create their reality, and they can find their place, position, and purpose, and occupy it. There's nothing like occupying is so key as well. So, but I can't end the broadcast without reminding you that you're amazing, you're bold, you're courageous, you're delightful, you're elegant, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're gorgeous and you are honorable. And you say why? I say because you're what? It's so simple. Because you're the image and the likeness of a good God. So that's what I say. So thank you everyone for watching. So till I bring the next amazing busy working mother speaker to you, enjoy the rest of your day. So Dr. Shola, do you want to say bye to our viewers before we round up?
Bye everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Awesomeness. Thank you everyone. Bye. God bless. Mwah.